we're going to talk about like emergencies or problems, right? Big problems, small problems. So let's say my tank cracked. What do I do? Or I think my LG problem is a bit out of whack. What do I do? So
Problems.
the avenues of advice or solutions can come from several places like the LFS, your local, I don't know, chat group or forum.
Yeah, Telegram,
or like friends
WhatsApp
or
group.
whatever, right? So as someone in the shop, right? Like if the tank breaks, they can call you. Whether it's you made their tank or not, it's still some service you can provide,
Definitely.
right? So I think it's also important to establish relationship with the LFS and be like, oh, if I buy stuff, make them you, I can expect certain aftercare or certain kind of stuff that comes with it. For me, there are some shops I go to only to buy livestock. I don't care about anything else. I don't care what they're trying to show me. I'm just there to buy this because you're the only guys that brought it in. That's it. There's no other reason.
There's a nice specimen.
But there are some shops that I go to, a few shops that I go to because I respect their expertise or opinions more and just vibe with them better lah. And then I get better advice for certain things I want that I know that they're good at. So there's one shop nearby that's very, very DIY, the uncle super hands-on. So I said, hey, if I want to do this, to do this, or then he'll help me out.
Expertise lah,
there's
different
expertise. So that's for me is different. Some shop is purely just for buying livestock, and I was like, thank you, I don't need any advice from you. Everything's on the internet for me to find out.
They import and they offer,
they're basically a avenue for me to get what I want. Then there are places where, hey, I want to make a new tank, how? Can you help me measure? Do I need a professional engineer to measure the things? Oh no, you know the procedures, like when we're getting a new tank done, So we'll figure out, okay, this fine, you don't need any technical approval from anything. And then there are other things like, oh, my LG is out of problem, but sometimes when you ask the LFS, some people have this feeling like, oh, if I tell them about the LG problem, they're going to try and sell me something to clear it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So I can understand lah, right?
Yes.
Some shops are a bit scummy.
Yeah.
I mean, not I'm not mentioning anyone in particular, but in general lah, right? Any business is kind of like that. So then the next group you turn to are like the local people.
The community, the reefers, the hobbies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, your experience with the community, they're quite friendly, right? Everyone's quite helpful.
Yeah. Everybody. I mean, I enjoy talking to a lot of hobbies when they come to our store because some of them have their thing.
Yeah.
Like somebody, I call them the Entius King, or like there's this algae guy, like he keeps all sorts of it. All these are very interesting. Then their experience can actually translate to some, like we talk about information sharing. Oh, like that also possible. Wow, you do this method, it works for us. I can share this to more people, and that's always very helpful. The community is ready to share.
So in general, I think at least locally, I think even in overseas, the community is super helpful. That, you want to try some SPS? My thing growing like weeds, I just take some. And it's great that these people do this sort of thing. But sometimes, especially when you ask them for advice, some people are maybe very rooted in their ways of doing it. They've done it for 10, 20 years. They still use metal halide. Not really applicable for my LED problems, Or they will talk about things like, how you should cycle a tank. Also something you should take. So that there are certain, types of people in general. So kind of ask around and see what the general consensus is and what matches with online research and stuff like that. If you don't trust the store, right? But if someone at the store says, oh, this product is great, and if 20 people says it's great, chances are it's great. If you get mixed reviews, I wouldn't try it. So that's another way of doing it. If you just keep relying, I know some countries where or some states they only have one LFS and there's no bopian, they have to trust them, they can only buy from them. It's
travel
pretty
is
bad,
too far,
right? But for Singapore, they're like 20-minute drive anywhere and like upwards of 10 of them. So it's not really much of a problem there. So so just getting advice from LFS, getting from the community is important, but also there's the internet. But there's a lot of stuff on the internet that's on the year 2000, year 2010, which is quite long ago.
Or not localized, right?
Yeah, or not localized to us. Oh, I have brought my heater, and yes, it's not remotely.
Yeah.
I post my thing. It's do you check your heater? Like, don't use a heater.
Yeah.
So so I think local reefers are probably a good place to ask for because there's no conflict of interest, right? Usually they will be like, oh yeah, this is great. This shop helped me out, blah blah blah. So it gives you a better perspective on the ecosystem of the industry here. But some shops are, great. Some are okay. each shop for me has specific purposes. Some I only buy dry goods from, some I only buy fish from, some I only buy corals from. It's just
everybody set up differently with different objects.
Yeah, they have their different strengths, right? Yeah. So that's kind of a community sharing thing and where we go to solve our problems, big or small. But big emergencies, please call your FS, and it's important to establish that relationship with them.